Here is Tucker Carlson continuing on his project. There is no, it is not possible for capitalism to create any societal ills. It is only possible for individuals to fail capitalism. And therefore, because of their failures, end up in precarious situations. Here is Tucker Carlson and his guest, Seth Barron.
That developers have to, give 25% of their new units to the homeless, or let's convert all the hotels and empty commercial space into housing. None of this is realistic. No, nobody's dealing with this problem, and it's a serious problem.
Yeah, because it's not about housing. If we're about housing, they'd repopulate rural Kansas. It's not about housing. It's about mental illness and drug addiction, obviously, and predatory behavior. Seth Barron, congratulations on the book, The Last Days of New York. Appreciate it.
With what? There's no housing in rural Kansas. They don't have the money to... What? He's suggesting that homeless people in cities move to rural Kansas and then build homes from scratch?
I mean, I don't know that it's right to move people to rural Kansas, but if Tucker
of course, but just
suggesting a program where the federal government presumably was to to build or purchase housing and then provide housing to people. But Barron is incorrect. We are seeing pilot programs in LA. We're seeing pilot programs in Austin, Texas, where you are seeing purchases of hotels and whatnot to house the homeless. But if it was simply a matter, if it was a causal situation, if drug abuse or mental illness caused homelessness, then you wouldn't see rich people who have the ability to deal with drug abuse and mental illness and also maintain their homes. You would see them homeless. But
well, I mean, Tucker's been focusing a lot on Hunter Biden. Why isn't Hunter Biden homeless if it has just to do with mental illness and drug addiction?
Yeah, I mean, it is a complete denial of the fact that people get priced out of homes all the time, like literally out of their rent. They literally thrown out, families, children. And, but Tucker believes that capitalism can only be failed. Despite the fact that some people perceive him as a socialist, he's not a socialist. He's not even someone who has a critique of capitalism. He just believes that if you're homeless, it is because you take too many drugs or you have mental illness. And I don't even know why at that point then, like, well, why can't we provide homes to those people? If you believe that, why would that still, I guess the idea is just like, well, they're just going to walk away from the house.
Well, drug addiction and mental illness, they're moral failings, or really, I think they're just, it's a survival of the fittest situation. If you can't keep up with capitalism, then you don't deserve to have any semblance of humanity. And that's really what he can't say, but that's the ideology, is it not?
It's a reason for exclusion from resources. Like, okay, we don't need to give you a house. You've done this to yourself.